where we've gotten so far, it's got the motor in, part of the drive line in. What I'm going to do is I got to pull the fan back off to get the belts, the main belts on. They're just, it's a bit of a pain to stretch them over the fan. I'll throw the alternator on. I think what I'll do with the pulley is send it out, get it painted. Probably look a little bit better painted. I'll just leave the alternator the color it is, just to give it a bit of contrast to the motor. We ran into a problem down here when we were putting the drive line on. I said to lengthen them by 2 feet. Unfortunately, I don't know where the mistake was made, but they were 2 inches too long, so we had to pull it back off, get them shortened by 2 inches. So we have a bit of a mess here where the new weights have been put on and where they cut them, but being on a weld, I think what we're going to do is just clean it up and just get some paint and paint it with a brush instead of scuffing everything and repainting the whole thing. Nobody will notice it like that, and especially being on a weld, painting it with a brush, you'll never tell the difference. The back end's all bundled up. All the lines are strapped in. Fuel tanks are on. Eric plumbed all the lines to the fuel lines. We gotta fix the fins on this, on the cooler. They got hit a bit. A mistake was made, obviously. So we'll straighten those out. We got the lines to hook up the transmission cooler. So it's coming along pretty well. As soon as I get the fan back on with the belts, we could throw the radiator, the air to air. And then hopefully Monday we'll have the cab back from paint and we'll be able to put it on. So once the cab is on, we're going to start plumbing our big mess of lines here. That should go fairly well because they're all tagged and marked. For instance, that one shouldn't be up there. That one's coming back here to the transmission. So it's coming along fairly well. I'm basically going to try to make sure that we have everything, all our parts in and pieces ready for next week. Brad's taking a week off of work. Eric's going to be here. So between them two and myself, we should be able to get a lot done. Hopefully by the end of the week, we should have it up and running if everything goes well. You know what's neat about putting new belts on like this? There's no radiator in the way. You get a radiator in the way and the shroud and everything with the hood. It's not as easy as this. Safety first, put one of the nuts back on. I could see it, it's written all over it. It's going to slip out and catch a finger or two. Okay, so we'll just put him up, the alternator up here, just to get it out of the way. Not tripping over it. Maybe I'll take this part off and send it out as well to get painted. Now they're fairly tight, but they're going to stretch a bit. Probably after the first couple thousand miles, we'll have to loosen it off and retighten them. And then these belts are just going to go like this. I want to get really picky and have all the lettering facing the same way. There we go. Now the fan back on. That shouldn't come off.